The National Trust for Historic Preservation's definition of cultural heritage tourism is traveling to experience the places and activities that authentically represent the stories and people of the past and present. It includes irreplaceable historic, cultural, and natural resources. According to the Alliance of National Heritage Areas, 68.3 billion people visited 27 National Heritage Areas in 2005. According to Alliance data, the network realized $8.5 billion in revenue, which was enough to support 152,324 jobs, paying $3.2 billion in wages and salaries. Closer to home, Living Classrooms Foundation reports that its operations yield $120 million in annual output in Maryland each year. This supports over 1,820 full-time jobs. Locally, it generates $43.2 million in personal income, supporting 1,363 households, earning Baltimore's median income. When we consider Baltimore City's cultural and heritage tourism infrastructure, we look at institutions that provide expertise, cultural and historic sites, and the transportation system that ties them together in a cohesive whole. Visitors to the city arrive by a variety of transportation modes, including air, rail, and personal vehicles. The city has a network of surface, rail, and water conveyances. The city's Charm City Circulator provides free transportation around the downtown core, allowing visitors to access to venues located along its three routes. The water taxi connects sites around the Inner Harbor area. The visitor center is often the first stop for tourists. The center provides information about attractions around the Baltimore region. Center guides help visitors with details and directions to various sites. The most prominent historic landmark in the city is Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine. Francis Scott Key wrote the national anthem while on board a truce ship anchored off of the fort. Edgar Allan Poe is buried in Baltimore and receives many visitors each day. Baltimore is home to a variety of performing and visual arts institutions, such as the Hippodrome Theater and the Walters Art Museum. Maryland started as a Catholic colony. It is home to the first cathedral in America. An important challenge in relating Baltimore's culture and heritage is paying attention to whose story is told. Baltimore is a predominantly African American city. It also has a growing Hispanic population. A recent protest outside the site of America's first lunch counter sit-in gives voice to a growing demand that all quarters of the city's population have their story told. Access to current and meaningful information about cultural and heritage sites is important to promoting and interpreting the city's heritage. Street displays along some of the city's historic walks provide this sort of information. Many, if not most, of the cultural institutions in the city have websites. Some are more frequently updated than others. Does the city provide any sort of unifying directory that allows visitors and travel planners to look at the city's culture thematically? While the city has a transportation network, does it meet the needs of the visitor? And there's always the challenge of the city's lingering reputation as a dangerous place. This is Greg Cundiff for SustainWorks.